How's it going, everybody? Doing a Hardee's eating video here today. Got some Hardee's from Uber. Got a cherry Coke. One of their bag. The cat's like, I want food. You're always grubbing food, Punch. I got the meal deals. Obviously cost more through Uber, and I got 2 double cheeseburgers and a fry and the drink. It's more if you do the 2 double cheeseburgers. I'm always playing with something. I did Hardee's once before on the channel. Whoops. I think it was a chicken sandwich. Cat is now sniffing everything. Go squeeze those together. Pretty good burger. I've never had that burgers. Isn't Hardee's called, is it Carl's Jr. elsewhere? Or is it Carl's Jr. on the West Coast? It is Hardee's and Carl's Jr. I can't remember. I know it's like Checkers and Rallies. I'm trying to think if it's Hardee's and Carl's Jr. I don't think I've ever had their burgers, though. If I did, it would have been a long time ago. Pretty good, though. I've been watching a lot of scary videos on YouTube recently. It's usually these websites that gather the videos from other pages, and they usually have like which I assume is an AI voice doing the voiceover. It's nice because all the videos are in one place. Of course, I mean, from my own perspective, and like watching, a lot of these videos have to be faked. The way that people are not reacting in a normal way, or the stuff is perfectly set up. Like the campsite is like perfectly, disturbed. And they'll say they called the cops, but you don't see them talking with the cops. It cuts and they're like, oh yeah, we talked to them. No, you didn't. You never called them. You set it up yourself. In one compilation, there was one guy that was on like 4 of them. I'm like, how does this guy go camping every time? All these places are going to specific places that are known to be haunted or there's been paranormal activity. But every time you go, something happens. Come on now. But they're entertaining. And if that's the point, that's the point. But sometimes I laugh because it's like, what? But a lot of the videos are ones I would consider not staged, are the ones where they're running into people in these abandoned places they're going to as well. Which, that's the thing you have to worry about. There's not even much animals or ghosts. You want to worry about there being real people out there up to no good. It's crazy how big that stuff still is too. I talked about in another video recently. I remember watching like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures and The Most Haunted. Back in Ghost Hunters was around, God, at least 3 years before Ghost Adventures. There might have been another one too, show, I don't know. But they must have been, like 05, 06. I remember I had one of their first season on DVD, and it was like 100% real, it said on the thing. You find out that's not the case. And then Ghost Adventures came along, which at first was cool. It was a different alternative to Ghost Hunters. And then that show got goofy. Like, Zach was being possessed every episode. And then they'd almost have like a possession battle off. Like, Nick would be like, no, I'm possessed. No, I got possessed better. And people in the comments would always be like, if you watch their clips now, people, I think Zach gets possessed on purpose so he can yell at the rest of the guys in the crew. But that got turned into more like almost comedy stuff. It was kind of ridiculous. Ghost Hunters started where they wouldn't find stuff a lot. I think it was on Sci-Fi. And then, one of the executives was like, listen, fake it, because no one's going to watch this shit. Unless something happens. But there's been so many shows. Over the years. And now you have the people that do it on YouTube, popular ones. They're everywhere. It's still huge, too. But now you can just do that shit on YouTube, get popular. And that's huge. It's a kind of easier way to do it. I remember like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures do their live ones. Usually it was around Halloween, so who's to say if it's live? That's the problem. That's why I think that people always be skeptical about a lot of this stuff, because you can just edit things. Like you could do whatever the hell you want. There's a little. It's like a little gnat type thing flying around. It's gonna get eaten. They're still entertaining, a lot of those shows. But you have to go into watching a ton of those just thinking it's bullshit. Or they're faking it. You just have to go in with that mindset. Because once you kind of get taken by that, you just think everything is real. But I find a lot of the ones that I feel are real Or ones where it's quick. Something happens, they have the kind of, I'm gonna say the proper response, because people act differently in different situations. But and another thing they always do is like, did you hear that noise? Did you hear that noise? You hear that noise? Shh, shh. Everybody's saying shh, shh. Did you hear that? They just keep talking the whole time. And they're always like, it's over there. And the camera goes this way instead. It's like, come on, man. I meant to say, because I used to listen to, I probably talked about it before, listen to a lot of the creepy stories. And the ones there that I would think were real, were the ones that were typically shorter. And everything wasn't remembered. There's ones where, you know, this happened 20 years ago, right? And of course, if it's something traumatic or something insane, you're going to remember a lot of things. But they're remembering exactly what everybody said. And my friend said to me, and it's like a 20-minute sentence, like, how are they remembering every word? The ones that are usually shorter and not as perfectly remembered, I believe more so. I gotta listen to more creepy stories. It's been a while. I do like the ring the door cam ones. Can be creepy. That's usually weirdos being weird in the middle of the night. Showing up at somebody's door on the camera with a dead end stare. They're just like, most likely on something. But I'll go this way. Similarly, UFO sightings, right? UFO ghost sightings, stuff like that. I look at them as the same way. A lot of them are full of shit, but all of them cannot be lying. You can't have this many sightings or abduction cases or people seeing ghosts and paranormal activity and have every single thing be bullshit. There's a little ghost hunting show talk. I mean, it's always seemingly cool to kind of just do. I'll get a couple friends, get some equipment, and go and you know, just explore places, see what happens. Of course, that can be dangerous too. Some of these places are falling apart and stuff, and you got to worry about people being there. Of course, then they have these weird devices that make a lot of loud noises and stuff. But it's funny though. Like, I put this battery up to like this lamp, and now it does this. You know, like what? Then you have the debunking channels. That are debunking the other videos and stuff. And you know, it's a whole, we always say, ecosystem. They all almost help each other in a way. Because debunking channels can't be there if these other people are putting up videos that are real or not. And then, of course, in YouTube, there's like drama in these communities too, which is always strange to me. People start calling each other liars and stuff. That's the nature of YouTube, right? You just have to assume everybody's full of shit. We're all grifting. Some people grift at a very high level. But yeah, this is a eating Hardee's. That's pretty good burgers, actually. Fries are alright. What? Yeah, you wanted a burger. You'd eat it too. And get sick. Want to purr a little bit here? I don't know if you heard that was picking up or not. I would assume it is. I'm just getting bitey now. They always get bitey. But yeah. Eating a Hardee's video. Eating a Hardee's. Bring the building here. I'm hungry. Not for the food inside, for the walls. It was at Simpsons. Where Homer's like, and I said, if this is the international house of pancakes, why can't I eat the walls? But anyway, eating Hardee's, rambling mostly just about ghost stuff. Hey, if you ever had a ghost experience, let me know, and like this video if you enjoyed this. I've never had any experiences myself that I can remember. My fiance has had a lot of stuff. Her and her family have talked about stuff in the house she used to live in and shit. Myself, no. The ghosts stay away from me because I'll just be annoying the shit out of them. I'll be like, oh, you're going to haunt me? Time to be annoying. But anyway, thanks for checking this out, and have a